Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon. I am the Casual Capricorn, and today I will be showing you how I set up my animals so that way other people can take care of them while I'm away. So I have got a small colony of roaches in the closet, one betta fish, 2 tarantulas, and a small corn snake. So particularly with like the roaches, the tarantulas, and the snake, not that they're difficult pets, but they're pets that not everybody is used to having. So I'm showing you how it's easier to how to make it easier for somebody who hasn't really taken care of any animals like this to take care of them, you know, just temporarily while you're away on a trip. In my case, I will be gone for 10 days. Pretty much. And now the roaches and the tarantulas and the snake, they don't need to eat really in that amount of time. Like I can just dump a whole bunch of food in there and they're fine. And then these guys would be good without eating for a while. But I don't ever want their water to run out because I don't ever want anybody to be dehydrated or anything because that's super dangerous. For the tarantulas, I guess I could just like moisten a corner. Oh, I'm using this motion because I'll have like a giant syringe that sprays it. So I could just wet their substrate and they'd be fine. But I mean, I'm having semi-regular care to make sure the water never runs out. Same thing for the water with the roaches. And then of course, the betta fish, I don't, you know, you could not feed them for 10 days. That would be terrible. But I've done like a week before because of some bloating issues or medical stuff in general. So I guess it'll be okay. I mean, fish can last surprisingly long without food, but I don't want to do that to her. I don't want to stress her out like that. Oh, there she is. You can't really, well, it's my little red girl. Yes, she is. She's my little red girl. Like, she has another name, but after watching Black Panther, I kind of do want to name her Okoye because she is so feisty and she's all red and it's kind of perfect for Okoye to be a betta fish. That was not my idea. I actually saw that in a fan fiction. Don't ask. Okay, so I guess let me just take you through the care then. So in this closet, which I keep the door open so that way I can get some air moving in, but also like I can kind of maintain a different temperature because I keep this place at 75. It's a little cold, I guess, for like the tarantulas and stuff. Oh, there's my little plaque of shed skins and tarantula molts. But I do that for my corn snake because she needs like room temp 75 and everybody else will be okay at 75. Like some people would take issue with that, but hold on. I have to resettle everything because I just moved my camera. Thanks for your patience. Okay, so I'm going in here, open the door. Oh goodness. Okay, well, you know what, let's just do it this way. Here is a light. Oh, no. Here's a light. Turn on the light. I don't need it for a day-night cycle. That's not what I'm using it for. But, ow. Sorry. I'm using a chest harness. So, all of that movement kind of got it to pinch me somewhere else. Okay. I don't need the light, that light, for a day-night cycle. You just use it because this closet does not have a light in it whatsoever. So, okay. So, roaches. Ooh. I'll move this over here so it's easier to get to. Undo one latch. Yeah, you hear them skittering around. That's pretty much the scariest thing they do. These are dubia roaches. They do not... I wonder if I can get you good looks at these guys. They do not run, they do not fly, they do not bite. However, they can skitter. Let's see if we can get a good look at these ladies over here. Oop. Will you focus for me? No? Okay, well, yeah, I've got some adult females, stuff like that. It's a very small colony. I have 2 tarantulas. What do I need all of that for? So I'm gonna go and move stuff around because they're gonna move around their like water dish or whatever. I have 2 pairs of tongs, one for the bugs and another one for the snake over there. I don't want the tongs handling defrosted pinky mice to also be the tongs that touch like roach poop or stuff. So I just need a little bit of shuffling. This is also a good time for me to check out like how many people are alive. If by people I mean roaches. The size of my colony, what that looks like at the moment. Is anybody molting? If I have molts, then everyone's healthy. You know, if I have babies, and I do have babies. Oh, well, you probably won't be able to see that. I do have babies, so everybody's healthy. And I also just need this to settle. Oh, there's roaches under the water. I mean, the food dish, and probably the water dish too. But I have it set like this. Oop. Are you getting any of it? Sorry. It's kind of difficult to be focused on the camera and the action all at once. Ugh. I'm actually not afraid of sticking my hand in. It's mostly just, I mean, even the idea of the poop and stuff isn't too terrible. Huh. Move. Move. Usually I have this standing up. I have like this little piece of egg carton, but I guess we'll just, look, there's a baby on it. That's a baby. That's a baby. I guess we'll just do it that way to make it easier. Mostly this is the food dish. That's the water dish. We can get a little bit closer. Food dish, water dish. Okay, now, tongs back on the table. That's another thing. So, I guess tip number 1 is to have careful instructions, and that's what this video is all about. These are the careful instructions for my cousins. So shout out to the sweet Scorpio and the tyrannical Taurus for agreeing to take care of my animals, because everyone I know is too freaked out by at least one of the types of animals I have, or doesn't have a car. Yeah, really dumb. And my cousins work near here, even though they live pretty far away. So at least on their way to work or whatever, they can stop by and feed and water these guys. Oop, sorry. Actually, I don't remember what started that tangent. So, food. This is what I do. It's a mix of Timothy hay, cat food, and baby barley cereal. And I just put it in a coffee grinder. It's like a really cheap and small alternative to a food processor because I don't need that much. So, coffee grinder, food. They only need half a cup. Half a cup will last them like maybe even a whole week, maybe just 5 days. It kind of depends on how hungry they are, what they've been doing, etc., etc. So literally, and like I know I have a food dish, like a food bowl, but that is totally not what's gonna happen. Like, it's not gonna fit. I just dump it. Legit, I just dump it in that corner and they eat it all. That's the thing. Is like with a roach colony, it's always growing. I never know how much they eat. Oh, this is a plastic cup, not a paper cup. It's like the kind that you get for your bathroom, for you to like rinse out your like toothpaste or whatever. It's 3 ounces. It's actually really convenient. Okay, now for water, sorry. I use gel crystals. I mean, can you even see that? We'll even focus on it, whatever. Gel crystals, they soak up water. They kind of swell themselves up. I got these gel crystals from the same place I got the Roaches online. So I know that this is the stuff that they use for the Roaches, so it's safe for Roaches. If I ever run out of this, I'll either reorder it from the same place or I will find an alternative that everybody says is good. So I keep it in the water bottle, really convenient. You just pour it in the water bottle when it's like mostly full and everybody swells up. Now, I pour it into my hands first just to get the excess moisture off. I don't want any moisture getting in there and wetting the poop or anything. So pour it in my hand first, get some of the moisture off. I shake it off a little. Do you hear that? Hear it dripping down? Okay, now this is the fun and tricky part. Let's see if we can focus. Oh, that's why. I was already focused on things. Ha ha ha. So try to get it into the bowl without getting it out, because if you get it out, then oop, I dripped a little. Then you're going to wet the poop and stuff, and it's gonna grow mold. And you don't want it to grow mold. That's why I tried really hard and I made this screen for the lid. Okay, so just try to pour it in. That's why it's also in the corner, so that way like it can bounce off the edges if it wants to. But yeah, then shake off the excess because we're gonna go back in for a little more. I do see that the water bowl is touching like some of that cardboard egg crate. Oh, you don't want to focus now. That's okay. But yeah, let the excess drip. But here, see what I said about cardboard touching the crate? I mean the egg crate touching the water. Oh, I'm using the wrong hand. Ugh, what am I gonna do with you? Turn you sideways? Can I do that? Okay. Alrighty then. So, yeah, it takes me like 2 handfuls to fill this up. Are you getting anything? Okay. But yeah, water crystals. Refill it as needed. Oh, put the lid back so that way, let's see. You hear that? That's them rustling around. It's actually a great noise. I'll probably make an ASMR video of that one day. So, I close, well, I don't usually close the latches, but with nobody around for a very long time, close the latches so that way like other roaches or lizards, like insect-eating lizards won't get in. It's not gonna stop the ants or the spiders, but they haven't found this place yet. Like they don't know that there's food in here, so I think it's okay. Alrighty, now, then we go back, turn this off. Really, whatever light they get from the door is enough. And close it just a little bit, handspan at most, you know, that kind of deal. Now, eep, op, orc, ah. I have to get this settled. Okay. Anytime you guys see me do this, I'm trying to make sure that my camera is pointing in the right direction because I've just moved it. So, casual, casual. So moving on to my fish, you already saw a little bit of who we are going to call Okoye right now. She doesn't really have a lid. And that's because lids are expensive and this does just as well. And when I was setting up this tank, I already had this stuff lying around. So I mean, the mesh is to make sure no big particles get in. This is so that small particles don't get in. I either put it in this way or this way, depending on how much heat I want to retain from the water. Because, well, I mean, my room temp is 75. The water temperature tends to be that too, even though I have a little heater in there. So if I want it to be warmer for whatever reason, then I'll just leave the lid on. Okay, so the hack that everyone has seen, put the food into one of these guys, the pill cases. And the thing is, she only needs like 4 pellets a day. I mean, that's how I feed her. Some people would think that's terrible, but she's lived with me for over a year. And for a female betta fish that I got at a pet store, that's pretty good. So she's done really well under my care, and I do it this way because having a fish that's slightly underfed is totally better than a fish that is too overfed. They'll just die. They'll just bloat up and die. So 4 pellets, pour it into your hand. 4 pellets. Like, woo. Close the thing. Now, okay, so this I have on this little water bottle. This is actually one of the rims of the kind of plastic cup I use in there. I do this trick for all of my bettas. The reason why I know how long bettas live is because I have had many different reasons for why they die. But I've trained all my fish to recognize this as a fish feeding ring, and it's so amazing. So like, drop it in, not too far, try not to scare her or anything. When you're gonna drop in, like you get the fish food and you're gonna drop it in, I do suggest though that you do it from like 2 inches above the water line, because if not, then the pellets like break the surface tension of the water when they fall, and then they sink. And she's not gonna eat them if they sink. Oh, that's the other thing, convenient thing about having the kind of lid that I do, is that like I can move around when I need to clean it if the feeding ring kind of goes far away, because she pecks at it because she's, you know, she's hungry. So get it. Oh, you know what, let's zoom a bit. So get it, pinch it, and just drop it in. Yeah, and you see her eating. There she goes. Is it focusing? Alright. And see, it looks like she's done. So be careful, because she will try to bite you, because Okoye is strong woman and angry as F. She was angrier than my boy betta that I used to have in here. That's why the tank is divided. So I pull the ring from her, and then I pick it up. And I put it back on top of that water bottle where I got it. Okay. Now the mesh goes. I may or may not remember to just like hot glue this piece to the bigger piece. I probably won't remember, but that would definitely also make it easier for your caretakers if they don't have to worry about something like that falling in. Okay. Oh. Here's my little, I was gonna say bonsai. It's my little bamboo. So, water. This is actually the water I keep for the snake, and that's the water I keep for the bugs. Well, for the spiders. I just do that for the same reason I have 2 separate tongs. So that way, like, I'm not using the same water for both things in case, I use syringes to draw out the water in case anything weird gets into anybody. So, plant, water, and you just water it pretty much to the top. And there you go. Adorable. Easy. Easiest pet I have. A bamboo plant is the only plant I haven't managed to kill. Hey, look who it is. It's Marigold. Hi, Marigold. You're out and about. That's kind of weird. See? And this is why I use syringes to water my animals, because opening the lid on a tarantula that's like right there on the lid, no. And also it freaks out people who've never handled tarantulas before. And not that handling, like putting them in your hand, is something that I suggest, but I made sure to get like beginner tarantulas that are really easy to care for. And these boy, girl, maybe that's their sexes, it's kind of difficult to tell, But these tarantulas are really, really nice. In particular, this is my Grammostola pocripes, Choco Golden Knee, 2 inches, probably male. And this is my avicularia. I guess we'll try to have a little bit of a better peek on her too. There's a little black butt. My avicularia, pretty much common pink toe you can get at a pet store, because that's what I did. Got him online. I have no clue. I try to sex her molts, so you have to like look at the molts to see for sure if it's a boy or a girl, but she kind of tears hers up, so we just call her until further notice, pretty much is how that goes. Hold on, let me just okay we call her pretty much. Now, water bottle, syringe. There's usually a cap on the syringe, so tilt the water bottle because I'm toward the end of it. Oh, I got these syringes online and I love them because they are not pointy, which means I don't have to worry about accidentally stabbing a tarantula or something, or myself. And like, they came in a pack of 15 of all different sizes. Like, this is a 30 milliliter. They also had 60 and 100 and 10 and 5 and 3 and 1, and it's amazing. If you're a pet owner, just find it on Amazon, 15 count, maybe. I'll leave a link in the description below. I don't really know how those things work. But yeah, tilt the water so you could draw the water. And then we actually only need 10 milliliters for my tarantulas. I have it bigger just in case for when I'm like adding moisture to, hey, focus, bro. Hey. Yeah, thanks. For when I'm adding moisture to these guys, like to the whole enclosure, like I wet the substrate, which is like the dirt in there. Okay, so let's see. Let's get a little bit of a zoom because, as you can see, I'm not focusing very well. So it goes through the little tiny holes. Yeah, that's why syringes are awesome. I don't have to open the lid. I just put it there and I squirt water and it fills up with water. And I know you can't really see that very well, but that's what's happening. So yeah, okay. Like most other tarantulas, there is shit in her water bowl. Whoa. Do I have to bleep that out? There is stoof in her water bowl. Where did the lid go? Did I lose it? There it is. Sorry. I was looking for the lid on this thing. Okay. So there's always stuff in her water bowl because, like, every tarantula, they put stuff in their water bowls and I can't get her to stop. You just clean it out if you can clean it out. But right now, with her on the lid, and, you know, for my cousins who are taking care of these guys, him on the lid, you default to her in the tarantula hobby because you want females. Because they live longer and you get babies out of them, etc., etc., etc. So I'm used to calling both of them hers and she's because I don't know particularly their sexes. Not that sex and gender are the same thing, but we're not going to talk about that right now. So with him right there on the lid, I'm not really going to bother, and it's fine to refill it. He'll drink from it. They can drink from the dirt. It's good. It looks like my avicularia doesn't need water, but I'll show you the same thing, I guess. Syringe. Take off the lid. Water bottle. Since she already has water in there, I'll just do 5 milliliters. So that's halfway through 10. Because these things are marked, you know, metrically. So also, again, put it in a hole. Any hole will do. With syringe needles, these small, and then refill. And then you put the lid back. See, and that's why I don't mix the snake and the tarantula water, because sometimes these needles actually when I poke them through, it actually touches the water bowl, and I don't know, that's just poop. And sometimes dead bodies it's a thing with tarantulas, they'll just use their water bowl as like a garbage can. So like the dead remains of their prey and poop and dirt, because why not? Okay, now last one, my corn snake. She's a small corn snake, pretty sure it's a girl, and there she is. Her name is Lucasta. She's out and about up here. So she doesn't usually, if I lift the lid, she's not gonna like immediately run away or anything like that. But since she will not be fed for 10 days, she's gonna start getting a little, not anxious, but she's gonna start looking for food. She's gonna start, you know, hunting more actively. And that also kind of makes her a little bit more, I don't want to say aggressive, but she's definitely going to be more focused on food. She's never bitten me. Sometimes she'll just move really quickly because I surprise her or something, but she's never bitten me. She's never striked at me with a mouth open, unless it was during feeding time and I just fed her, but like, that's understandable. It's a snake thing. Snakes are the hungriest right after they've eaten, because that just kind of flips a switch that they just need food, need food, need food, need food. So I was going to just be like, okay, well, you just lift the lid and you pour the water in, but I don't ever want to risk her going out, particularly because my cousins don't really have experience picking up a snake or anything like that. I don't want them to like go for the head and then she like, not that she'll bite them, but she'll pretty much like run away really, really quickly. I don't want them to grab her too toughly. Love you guys. You know, if you can't tell, this video is for them. Hey, sweet Scorpio, tyrannical Taurus. My brain's always like tyrannical Taurus Rex. Love it. But yeah, so I set up this syringe that has a silicone tube. It's food grade silicone. And I've tested it myself. I've rinsed it with hot water and stuff like that, so shouldn't be any problems there. So right now it is attached. I actually still have the needle attachment on this thing just because I don't want this ever just like slipping out on accident while they're pouring water. But if that does end up being a problem, then just, you can unscrew it. It's a lure, I think is how you pronounce it, lock kind. So okay, so tube, pull out the tube. Oh yeah, the water's right here. You just need to fill her water bowl to halfway. Just pretty much try to maintain that. So if you're coming by once every 3 days. So I actually do not know. I bet 100 milligrams is like the whole bowl, but it looks like she needs like 2/3 of water right now. For serious, oh, this is kind of difficult to do with one hand. I mean, just to move that with one hand. Oh, there's a little convenient nub here. Okay, never mind. That makes it easier. Oop. Let's just go with 60 right now and see what happens. I love that I can just like give you numbers. I love the exactness of that. Okay, so here's the tube. Put it in the tube. And you want to kind of, can you see? You want to kind of squish it up a bit, so that way, like, when I push water in, the water goes down and doesn't like splurt out from the sides because of air. We want to create a slight vacuum by just making sure the tube goes all the way here, past these little like little hand notches, that way when you twist or untwist, excuse me, the needle attachment. Okay, so I do have this hanging down. I don't have it immediately in the water bowl. I don't ever want it to get long enough that I can like leave the sides of the bowl or whatever, so I just have it hovering slightly. And with this, you can just plunge very slowly. See? You can see those air bubbles moving. And then, if we can see this, the water dripping. And you move very slowly, because if you go too fast, then, I mean, I can see it. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but look at how slowly I'm going. Because if you move too fast, it's going to splash everywhere. But Let's see. La 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 la. How much is 60, right? Yeah. 60 is good to reach a half. See, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Lie it down. Okay, but see that? The water's pretty good at like halfway there. So 60 milliliters is good for a quick refill. Huh. Oh, I left this standing up. I like to actually, if I remember, to leave it lying down sideways, so that way the water crystals can absorb, because the water will sink down to the bottom, whatever hasn't been absorbed, so this gives everybody a chance to absorb some water left. I'm gonna give like a fresh refill of that, a fresh refill of this, etc, 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 etc. But I guess that's it. Thank you for coming on this adventure for me. I'll see you later, and as always, keep it casual. Oh, a couple of quick add-ons. Make sure that you wash your hands really well before and after doing all of this. So, like, wash your hands. You can use regular soap, but just make sure that you rinse them really, 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 really well, because you saw that, like, we're touching the water crystals in our actual hands, and like the fish food pellets go in our hands. So if you wash them, sorry, I get distracted so easily. So if you wash them with soap, which you really should, like if you've been eating, or if you had spicy food, or if you're working with chemicals or fertilizer or something, so just wash your hands, wash them well, rinse really good, and make sure you get under your nails, if I could, yeah, whatever, under your nails and stuff like that. So wash them twice, rinse them 4 times, stuff like that. And then afterwards, you don't really have to worry as much about rinsing, but you really should just wash your hands, because roaches and, well, I mean, not really handling the snake or anything like that, but the roaches would be the biggest thing.